Hello, I'm Lawrence Chard. Welcome to our Chard's Coin and Bullion Dealer YouTube channel. A couple of weeks ago, we did a kind of experiment and we Niton tested a 2025 gold sovereign. Well, I say gold, but they're red coloured or pink or rose gold, as the woman I think call them. And we were comparing that with what we know about the 2026 gold sovereign, which next year will be yellow, presumably because the women are going to add some silver to it. And I think a lot of people were interested in that. But we got quite a few questions, people asking, when did the red gold one start and when were they last yellow? And I probably tested every dated sovereign, almost every dated sovereign in existence, but we haven't actually got them all recorded in one place and tabulated or in a database, so we can't tell you. So what we're doing today, in the interest of science and numismatics, is we're going to look at the 2024 and then work back, and we'll try to do the previous 10 years. Now, I'd anticipated doing it with bullion sovereigns because that doesn't matter too much if I pick them up and handle them. But for 2024 and 2023, we've only got these in blister packs and we don't want to take them out. So I'm going to start off with the 2024 proof sovereign and we'll carefully stick it on there. We'll hit the button to start testing it. For those who've watched our videos before, this is a Niton machine. It's a Niton XRF tester, so it does X-ray, photo, spectrometry, and analyses the metal content, not just the gold content, but all the other metals in it. If you haven't watched our previous videos, then you're probably not subscribed to them. So what you should do is hit subscribe while you're waiting to see the results of this. And meanwhile, if you like it so far, click a thumbs up. If you don't like it, you can click a thumbs down. If there's any questions, then pop them down in the comments below. If you can't hear me, or you don't like the accent, you can put those down in the comments. Anyway, where are we going? We're nearly at 60 seconds. Ooh, 21.96 carat. If anybody's watching that thinking, oh, that's wrong. No, that's okay. This is only a fairly cheap XRF machine. These were about £20,000. Today, we had somebody from Cookson Precious Metal come to see us, and he was saying, yeah, they've got a few of these, but the ones they use to do their analysis are about £150,000 more than these, and he did tell me the sample rate, and the sample rate on their machine is something like 1,000 times more than this, so they do a lot more analysis and it helps to eliminate that error. Anyway, if we have a look, 915 parts per thousand, if we add in the 4 parts per thousand of tolerance or error, we're up to 919. That's perfectly within the range. But what we want to look at is what the copper content is, 85 parts per thousand. I'm going to click the details bit, and there we go. Ooh! Now, it's showing about 5 parts per 10,000 of silver in there, which is, well, you probably gathered, I'm slightly surprised there, because this coin looks a little bit red. It's harder to tell on the proof, and the proofs do tend to look better than the bullion version, but I'm surprised to see that. There is an error showing there of 3 parts per 10,000, so the silver content could be as low as 5 parts per 10,000. It could be as high as 8 parts per 10,000, but we'll believe it. There is some small amount of silver there, and even a tiny amount is enough to actually shift it from a horrible copper red colour to a pleasant yellowy colour. So that's that. Let's take that out and handle it carefully. I'll pop it back in its capsule. The next coin we're going to test is a 2023 proof sovereign, because we haven't got a bullion version in stock apart from these blister pack ones, and I don't want to burst it out of the blister pack. So that's in there. Let's see how this goes. Here we go. That's testing. Gold plate suspect. No, I don't believe that. That's better. The machine is analysing all the time that we leave it running. We leave it for 60 seconds, as people will generally know. And there's no silver content showing on there, which doesn't surprise me. I'd be surprised to find silver content there. When we put the details bit to get it to 4 places and 2 decimal places, we might find a trace. It is entirely possible that the Royal Mint could have sourced blanks with a tiny silver content for the proof versions of coins and not sourced any with silver content for the bullion version. I don't know. So someday we'll have to test a proof versus a bullion one of the same date. So there we go. What are we up to? Oh, we're up 60 seconds. So 914. If we add in the 4 there, it could be 918. That's within range. That's roughly where we expected it to be. And let's have a look. Oh, there we go. Yep. No silver showing. The third metal, titanium, 0, with a tolerance of 1.9 parts per thousand. Chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt. There probably isn't any of those in, and if it is, it might be parts per million instead of parts per thousand. So we can safely take that out. So, but we can conclude there that that's red gold, and there was no detectable silver in that one. Next, 2022. Now we've got 2 versions here, because there's 2 different shield ones. This one's the Jubilee, and the slightly fussier design is the Memorial version. I hope I've got that right. We'll try the Memorial one first. On it goes, and now it's going. This one is a bullion version, and all the rest are bullion, so let's see what we can find out. 916, 915. Again, it's not showing any silver yet, which is what we expected. If you heard any heavy breathing about a minute or so ago, we've got some customers in with a very friendly dog. What make of dog is it, by the way, that? Hello, can I interrupt? What make of dog is that? A cockapoo. I would have guessed that, but I'm not certain. I'm not an expert on dogs. So we've got a very friendly cockapoo in the showroom, and it's she, I think, could be our new meet and greet receptionist. Very friendly. If anybody comes near the door, the tail goes like crazy. Here we go. So, what are we up? 914. Let's click the details. Add the 3 in, it would be 917. That's where it should be. Let's have a look what we've got. Titanium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, no silver content. If we scroll down, we can have a look to see if there's any down there. But the last time we did that, silver, they are 0 with an error of 0.04 parts per 10,000 possible error. But the machine isn't really accurate enough to reliably disclose that. If we get a bigger, better machine, like Cooks and Precious Metal have got, or Sheffield Assay Office have got, we might be able to do a better job on this. But we're only using the budget Pro-Am version here. So, out we go. So now the 2022 Shield version. Christian, we're showing people photos of these, aren't we, while we're talking? You'll be adding them in later. Let's go. Now, I didn't put that one back in its capsule. In the last video that I did, I was getting some 1 ounce gold Britannias out of tubes. And I was struggling to get one out of the tube using brute force. And about half a dozen friendly, helpful viewers pointed out that there are actually screw tops on those, and I should have been unscrewing them. And why does Lawrence Chard, the coin expert, not know how to open the tubes on gold Britannias? And the answer is because somebody else does that. We have minions. We don't call them that. So where were we? Losing. Oh, now it's showing some silver content, and we're up to 60 seconds. That's showing 1 part per 1,000 of silver. So that's quite good, really. We've looked at the details, and it's 13 parts per 10,000 of silver. So that's actually a noticeable silver content on the 2023-2022 Shield. Right, 2021. Let's go. So we're learning something already. What's going to happen on this one? This will probably go back to no silver. So it's possible that the Royal Mint was sourcing its blanks from somewhere else when they were doing the 2022s. and perhaps the whole production run weren't done from the same blanks, but finding 1 part per thousand silver in there is interesting. We did calibrate this machine before we started. In fact, we calibrated it twice, and I'm thinking that because some of these readings are just showing a little bit low when you look at the idiot mode, bit 21.92 carats, but I tend not to take too much notice of that and look at the millesimal fineness, and then I allow for the error or tolerance. So there we go, 913 parts per thousand, plus or minus the C. Oh, that is actually only just under by a tiny whisker, but I'm sure that is down to the accuracy or error rate of the machine. 915, yeah, that would be 9160, and it should be 9166 recurring, and it's not, but I'm as certain as I could be that will be okay. If we stuck that on an XRF machine that was 10 or 20 times the price of this, or we did a 5 assay, I think it would come out exactly 9166 recurring, or 917. What do we have there for silver? No noticeable silver there. There might be a tiny trace, but that's enough. So now, at 2021, so I think we're doing 2020 next. Let's just check. Yeah. I shouldn't have needed the eyeglass for that, because I should have 2020 vision, shouldn't I, really? Ah, there you go. Christian's shaking his head, but he's smiling. That's something. Or if anybody hasn't noticed, got a new t-shirt today with some Chard values on it. Hope you can read it all. There we go. It should have been Het, but we changed the order slightly. If I read this, what does it say? I've got a sweatshirt over here. Don't go away, folks. I'll be back. I should know. It's the order of the words. So, honesty, ethics, trust. Chard's coin and bullion dealer since 1964. Value, transparency and excellence. That's just 6 of the properties that we subscribe to and believe in and that we use in our business. There we go. Perhaps that's why we won Bullion Dealer of the Year, or UK Bullion Dealer of the Year, every year it was run. So our 2020, 914 plus 4, 918, that's absolutely right within the limits you expect. Silver, no silver content showing on there. We won't go to the next screen because otherwise everyone will fall asleep during this video, and then when they get to the end they'll forget to subscribe if they haven't already done so. And I guess by now some people will be going, can you talk less and show us a bit more coin? But we do leave things on our Nitons, usually for 60 sessions, to get a better analysis. It's a statistical thing, and with statistics, the higher your samples, or the higher the number of samples, the more accurate the results are that you can expect. 2019, this one, is it? Good. You should be mic'd up, you know. It would help. Then I wouldn't have to do all the talking, and somebody could listen to your voice. Well, that's it, folks. Whose voice do you prefer, Christian's or mine? You won't hear Christian's in this, you'll hear mine. But if you watch some of his videos, he does have a very nice speaking voice. If he gets to know anything about coins, he could be dangerous. I'm joking about that, of course. So there we go, 915 plus or minus the 3, so it's 918. That's good, where we expect it to be. No silver showing. What do we get there? Again, no silver. So that's that one done. It's getting noisy in here, people are getting excited. We're back to 2018 now. I actually started the design of this t-shirt along with a good friend of ours who was our old photographer. He's retired now. We started the design work on it about a month or 2 ago, and then since I got this delivered a few days ago, I've noticed that that the grand old party in the States, the Republicans, have got a kind of new slogan, which is "Trust in Trump." So there you go. They must have seen this, and they've started nicking our slogans. But so far, I've resisted getting a new printed t-shirt saying "Trust in Trump" on it. It make a great anagram. So does anybody think I ought to do a "Trust in Trump" t-shirt, or should I leave the politics out of this? Anyway, what's Trump got to do with politics? Over 60 seconds. There we go. Go. Oh, actually another one. 913 plus or minus 3. It's okay. That's fine. Have a look. Yep. No silver content showing on there. Pop it away. What date are we up to now? 2017 with a bit of luck. Yep. And that's got the privy mark on it, hasn't it? This one. Pressing the one button to close that. There we go. So far we've had one coin that showed about 1 part per thousand of silver. All the rest are showing just alloyed with copper and no measurable silver content. It's about what we expected. Just looking at these, I think that 2015 might be a touch yellower than the 16. But we'll find out in a couple of minutes. If everyone at home can actually wait that long. Come on, machine, hurry up. Yeah, the last video somebody said, less talk, more gold. I think that was a request. There you go. Again, no silver. Let's click the details. Yep, no silver. Off we go. What we got now? 2016. See how this goes. As I was saying earlier, partly, well, what stimulated doing this video with going back the last 10 years was we got comments on the last one saying when did the red gold one start and when was the previous yellow one. I didn't exactly have the answer. I've been being asked on the silver forum, by the way, so we'll give you a link as well on there. And in fact, we should do put a page on silver forum announcing this video, and if you want to comment, we'll put the link on there and you can comment on the page and the topic that relates to this video. And more people see it on silver forum. We're nearly there. Again, no silver content showing on there. Close it. And we go back to 2015. I'm half expecting there might be some silver in this one because just looking at it in the tray, it looked a little bit paler than helps if you press the button. So could just be the lighting, could be different striking, could be almost anything. And on 4 plus or minus 6, that's coming out about right. So what I can tell at this stage is, apart from the one date, none of these have had a silver content, and I think the one date that did was a proof one. So we're going to have to revisit that someday and maybe test some proof versus some uncirculated ones. If you'd like to hear that, bark now and do your comments. There we go in. There we go. 914 plus or minus 3, so 917. That's good. Press the details and no silver. Now, because I thought this looked a bit yellower, I'm going to just go down there. There's platinum, well, nothing anyway in there. Silver, same result as we got before. No parts per thousand, but plus or minus an error of 4 parts per 10,000. So that's possibly down to the calibration of the machine and the number of samples it did. If we left it on there for 2 minutes or 5 minutes, I think we might find that error figure comes down. We're going to do that one day, aren't we? I think. Show your test results after 10 seconds, 20, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. You could all fall asleep while we just watch the machine test, and I could be talking. So there we go. That's none there, and that was 2015. So this video is long enough. I'd be happy to test some more, but I think most people will have actually switched off, gone and got a beer or something else, and may not watch this to the end. What we'll do is next week or the week after, we'll start working backwards from 2014 and do another 10 years. And if it's not conclusive, we'll do another 10 years on the video after that. And then you'll know as much as we do. I think that's about it. What have I forgotten, Christian? There's something there about a new coin and bullion dealer opening in London. Oh, it's Chard in Hatton Garden, London. There you go. Show the folks. We actually had our office there open and running for about a year now, but it's a representative office only, so you can't come in and see like 1 million coins like you could theoretically do here, and that's not an exaggeration. We've got some bullion coins, but we've got a team in there who can actually talk to you. They can do your deals to sell your coins, help with our website. They can buy coins. And we are doing an official opening launch of it this week. So if you're in and around London area, you can go and have a look. It's in the same building as the London Diamond Bourse. I think that's all, folks. Is what Blood Bunny used to say. So all for now. Hope you've enjoyed this. Don't forget, thumbs up, thumbs down, subscribe. Please watch us again. Please put comments down there, particularly about the new Trusting Trump t-shirt. If you like that idea, just vote for it and we'll see how we go. If you don't think it's a good idea, tell us and we'll maybe still do it anyway. Okay, that's all for now. Hope to see you again next time. Bye.